There are always so many things happening in Northwest Arkansas. Today we're covering 3 big topics, and one of them includes a huge win for artificial intelligence in Northwest Arkansas. So let's talk about that. Hey everybody, if you don't know who I am, my name is Phillip Shepard. I'm a local real estate agent located right here in Northwest Arkansas. If you weren't aware, I actually was a real estate broker located in the dumpster fire, the horrible, the no good state of Illinois. The worst. Anyways, I could have moved anywhere I wanted to in America. I could have moved to Asheville, I could have moved to Utah, I could have moved to Colorado, I could have moved to Texas, I could have moved anywhere I wanted to in America. But I chose Northwest Arkansas, and it is by far the best place to live in America, literally by far. If you ever want to talk about why I chose Northwest Arkansas versus anywhere else in America, call me, email me, whatever it is. We can meet up for coffee and talk about, again, why I chose Northwest Arkansas, again, anywhere else in America. Side note, if you are looking to reload to Northwest Arkansas, again, let me know right away. I help so many people every single year move from one state to Northwest Arkansas. My biggest vision, again, is helping as many people move here as possible to, again, the #1 place to live in America. All right, and the first thing we covers actually basically a huge construction project happening to the most historic parts of Fayetteville, Arkansas. Maple Street is being redone. Now, anyone who's been to Fayetteville or been to the college campus or been in the campus knows Maple Street. It's basically like the runway for all of the fraternities and all the buildings. It's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. But the roads and the sidewalks have been, let's say, well used. They're not bad, but they definitely need to be redone. So with Fayetteville's brand new plan, they are expanding the road. They're actually making pathways for biking and running and hiking, basically making it way more useful and usable for people that obviously live in that side of town, going to the University of Arkansas and actually going to the Razorback Greenway. A lot of this actual construction goes back to the Razorback Greenway. The Razorback Greenway is heavily used for college students going from obviously the one part of town to the actual university. That's part of the reason why it's there. So regardless of all that, as you come to Fayetteville, Arkansas, definitely go down Maple Street, maybe not this summer, but maybe when school starts, seeing all the beautiful fraternities and obviously the stadiums and the campuses, the whole thing. But just know that there's gonna be a huge construction happening. They're gonna be finishing up most of it this year, but then there's gonna be another big construction project on Maple Street starting in 2026. So about a 2-year project. They don't want obviously the construction happening during school time because there's just obviously for obvious reasons. So taking the summer to do as much as they can for the first section, and then the second section will be done next year. But again, Fayetteville and the University of Arkansas is always committed to making the college experience better in Northwest Arkansas because obviously sports teams, education, the whole thing, and really the university drives the revenue a lot for Fayetteville, Arkansas. So Fayetteville definitely says, let's do it. Obvious reasons. So regardless of all that, huge construction happening. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous when it's all said and done over on Maple Street. And the second really cool thing happening in Northwest Arkansas is the Arkansas Global Cycling Accelerator. Say that 10 times fast. Is actually starting up in the next couple days here in Northwest Arkansas. So what does this mean? In the Ledger and all around Bentonville, they're inviting so many hundreds of companies across the world to come pitch and innovate and showcase all the cycling innovation in the world here in Bentonville, Arkansas. We have people from Italy, France, England, Australia, parts of China, parts of Japan are all coming to Northwest Arkansas, Bentonville specifically, to then obviously start talking about the next, what does cycling look like for the next generation? Whether they're not saying batteries, they're saying like, okay, we can make this better, we can make it more efficient, we can make it lighter, we can make it cooler, all these different things, all these sorts of innovations when it comes to cycling. I'm by no means into the innovation of cycling, so I assume that there's a lot of innovation to be made in this space. I could be wrong, I don't know. But they are demoing all their equipment in the next couple days at the Ledger, but they are meeting with, they really want a lot of these companies to move themselves from obviously their countries, or put a second location here in Bentonville, Arkansas, since it is the mountain biking capital of the world. That's gonna be the pitch. That's gonna be like, hey, wouldn't you want to be in the epicenter of cycling, of biking? And it's gonna be very clear to them because, you know, in most cities, cycling or other sort of modes of transportation gets the sideline. They're like, we'll worry about that later. No one really cares. But in Bentonville, if you talk to anybody, the mayor, to the townspeople, to people who live there, the people that don't even bike, if you talk to any of them, they're like, biking is everything. So if you're gonna put your business anywhere, you might as well bring it to the place where you are always gonna get the yes, versus have to fight for much here than anywhere else. So that's gonna be the pitch, and I'm sure a lot of companies are gonna be very interested in taking their innovations from other places and moving right here to Bentonville. Whoa, 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 whoa. I made something for you. I made something called 3-day itineraries. So maybe you're looking to take a trip down here, maybe you're looking to check out the whole area, checking to see if it's for you, maybe you're just checking out just vacations. I made 3-day itineraries, like literally day by day, restaurant by restaurant, thing by thing, everything when it comes to Northwest Arkansas. So basically you have a full-on plan of what to do when you roll into town. So maybe you're a adventurer, maybe you're a sports person, maybe you're a foodie, maybe you're a sightseer, maybe you have kids, whatever it is. I have 3-day itineraries linked down below for you. So go ahead and download them and use them when you get down here. Also, you might be using things like Realtor.com, Zillow.com, or Redfin. Way too slow. Notifications, way too slow. That's why I made something called Instant Home Updates. Sounds exactly what it is. Literally, it's Instant Home Updates. So enter information below: name, bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage. Where do you want to move to in Northwest Arkansas? Enter all the information below and make sure to miss a single notification when it comes for home for sale or for rent, all in Northwest Arkansas. Also, every single Friday, I send an email out just talking about all the cool things happening in Northwest Arkansas. What's going on downtown Bentonville? What's going on First Fridays? When is First Thursdays? What's going on in Fayetteville? What new buildings are coming to Springdale? What new things are going on in Rogers? When's the Saturday? There are so many things all the time. Enter your name below, enter your email below. I make sure you get that email every single Friday, but I need you to be aware. I need you to get a little heads up. You will get a little fear of missing out, a little, we'll say FOMO, so to speak, but I promise you will be the most informed person eventually when you make it down to Northwest Arkansas. And the third and final really interesting thing happening in Northwest Arkansas is the Heartland Summit just got over. The Heartland Summit is kind of a 2-day summit put on by the Waltons and a couple other higher net worth individuals. And they basically is a summit to promote everything in the heartland of America, from Oklahoma to Kansas to Iowa to Arkansas to Louisiana to parts of Texas. You get Tennessee. It's the heartland. It's a big chunk of the middle of America. And so they put this on every single year to showcase the innovation and cool things happening in the Heartland, obviously, Heartland Summit. But this year they did announce that they are actually opening up and starting to implement AI teaching, essentially with school teaching for both students, like younger students, as well as entrepreneurs. Now, the thing that finds this fascinating is that obviously AI is all the rage across America and really the world, and how people implement it will be different across the board. But what has been fascinating is when it comes to rural and let's say undereducated people in certain parts of the heartland, this might be a huge win for them. Now, what I think sparked a lot of this was down in Texas, there was a study that came out that each student had their own personal AI. There's very few teachers, and it was all very like individual led with the AI. So the AI learned and then taught how to learn them. And so I'll leave it there. So, but the point of it is that with the AI learning, they actually saw a 63% increase of knowledge base and quickness of learning versus actually like doing normal teacher stuff. So I think a lot of these reports are coming out, and whether they're true or if there's a special study there, I'm not sure. But people like the Waltons and the Heartland Institute see a huge opportunity to obviously they can't always get the talent to go to nowhere Arkansas to be like, go teach kids, because it's like, that's a hard ask sometimes, to be honest. But AI doesn't really care. So if they can implement, these kind of AI systems and teachers that are AI driven into rural parts of America, that could really change the game for education in the heartland versus just, let's send them, move to Bentonville or move to Little Rock or move to Tulsa. So having these availabilities for these rural students as well as entrepreneurs might be a huge win for the heartland of America. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Again, if you haven't been down to Northwest Arkansas quite yet, I made something called the NWA Starter Pack. Sounds like what it is, literally a starter pack full of all the cool things in Northwest Arkansas. It comes with a 120-page guide, literally made by me, of all the things happening in Northwest Arkansas. Population, demographics, schools, all the things you want to know about Northwest Arkansas, all the cool things happening, all the things right here, 120-page guide, comes right to your home. It comes with my 3-day itineraries, it comes with postcards, it comes with stickers, it comes with this handy dandy, you just get this for obvious reasons, the NWA coloring book, the coloring book, all right? This is just a trip and a half. I think I'm in here somewhere. Hold on. Oh, there I am. Oh, you need this. You want this. I will send this to you, I promise. Anyways, you definitely want the NWA Starter Pack. So it's literally box shipped right to your home. Enter your name below. Enter your address below. Make sure you get that package shipped to you right away. Box right to your home. Side note, it does come with your first free mountain bike, so that's pretty cool. And I know what you're thinking. It's my favorite folder F word. Free! So enter your information below. Make sure to get the package shipped to you right away. All right, guys, see you in the next one.